Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is the brother Ishar from Jim Mississippi Gulf Coast. Before I get started, I want to give an infinite honor and glory and praise to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, that belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth without faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom, all right? This is just a quick lesson through the Rakakwadash, man, a spiritual thought lesson. My mind, my thought was thinking about brothers, you know what I'm saying? And it just hit me, just to do this quick. I ain't in transit yet. I will be. Probably not on this lesson, but we have to tread lightly when it comes to brothers, man. Because we all are one body in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, so we always have to reflect, make sure we ain't offending or overstepping, or doing things that can get in the way of brothers' growth. Okay, because certain things can affect brothers different ways. We gotta always make sure we're paying attention to the body. Okay, because we are here to support and help where we need to be fitted at, man. Okay. That's why the scripture tell you, does the eye say to the ear, roughly paraphrasing, the ear say to the eye, am I not of the body? We all have our parts and our roles to play, but we got to be mindful of how we treat brothers. And this is something that always needs to be talked about here and there, because the Lord don't play about brotherhood, man. All right. And how you treat brothers. You see, because when the Lord was on the scene, he didn't have a home to call his. He said that the Son of Man don't have a home to call his. All right, but he had his brothers. You see, he had the body, his disciples that was there with him, man, every step of the way, man. And we have to be like that with our brothers, man. Brothers that's in this faith, that's in this truth with us, man. You see, brothers ain't niggas, man. You see, so we got to always make sure and checking ourselves, making sure we ain't coming off to brothers as if they some niggas or something. Speaking for myself, first and foremost, this lesson, I will say that. But right, man, the Lord let it be known, because that's all he had was his brothers, man. That was his family. All right. And I'm going to start with Matthew 12:47. It says, Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. Let it be known, this is my family, man. All right. This is what I'm worried about. This is whom I'm worried about. Okay. And brothers got their families and stuff like that. But I always understand, man, it's an order. How about Shem Yahushai, brotherhood, and your family, man. It's always an order. Because it was an order with the Lord. All right. Next verse. It says, For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So the Lord clearly let it be known that this is my family, who serve my Father, who do the will of my Father. Okay, with all righteousness and sincerity. This is my family, man. And we have to be the same way in acknowledging that. You see, this is Matthew 22:38, going to 40, but in the NLT, the New Living Translation, it says, This is the first and greatest commandment. A second is equally important. Love your neighbor as your, matter of fact, Salakia. I thought I had put 37. Let me clear it up, because I'm clearing this up. It says, Yahushua replied, You must love the Lord your power with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first greatest commandment. So this is the first greatest commandment, man, of all. The most important, the top important, man. The principal commandment, right? And it says a second is equally important, all right next to it. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. The entire law and all the demands of the prophets are based on these two. The demands of the prophets are based on these two, man. All right. So we that is in this ministry and in this truth have to always understand that and not ever let it slip your mind. Not ever putting the brother as least important. Always have a brother, if you can't get right with him, all right, you get with him later, but always have it on your mind to get with that brother later. You know what I'm saying? Don't put brothers off. Don't forget certain things brothers ask you to do for them or whatever. Or you might be looking up a recipe or something for them, making a necklace, whatever. Just put brothers in a spot in your mental, man, that of importance, man. Okay, say it like that. Okay, but loving your neighbor as yourself, your brother as yourself, man. Treat your brother how you want to be treated. And see, this sometimes can be confusing to people. Okay, they claim that they love brothers. You see, it could be confusing to people out there, especially Jake. I've seen Jakes fall out of this thing. That they made it like they love brothers, but when it came down to it, they didn't. All right, it was just all talk. You see, because when you just say loving your neighbor as yourself, you treat your brother how you want to be treated. All right, so a brother will call you or whatever, you don't answer right away. You call you again, you don't answer right away, and you known as this brother that don't answer the phone. As soon as that brother might be having something to do, literally having something to do, not saying that brother might not have, and he don't answer this phone, now all of a sudden, this brother ignoring you. Now all of a sudden, you offended. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not righteous, man. Okay? That's why it's so important to treat the brother as thyself, man. Do you want to be ignored? Do you want to be treated? Do you want to be your importance? You want it to be unimportant to brothers? The things that you find important? You see? That's things you have to ask yourself. This is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. Start at 20 in the King KJV, back in the KJV now. It says, if a man say I love Yahweh Shem Yahushua and hate of his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh Shem Yahushua whom he have not seen? Exactly. How you gonna say you love the Lord, but you ain't showing love to your brother? Okay? You're a liar. You fake, man. And in the spirit, Yahweh Shem Yahushua can't be dealing with you, man. If you hate a brother, which is disliking a brother. Look, every time brother walk around, you got a snobby look on your face. Man, these things you have to always make sure you're not doing, man. Okay, of course, you get old enough in this thing, you don't even think twice about things like that. That a brother got a problem with you, or a brother on some other shit. But understand that everybody ain't on that level yet. See what I'm saying? Brothers, we always have to make sure we treating each other fairly. All right. Now some things just ain't no getting around it. Rebuke, correction. Ain't no getting around that. That don't mean the brother don't like you, cause he telling your ass right shit. But it's a thing of importance to always care enough. Now, something can be said this way to this brother, and it can't be said to this brother in that way, because that brother has a different spirit, and that's understanding spirits as well. And that comes by way of fellowshipping, checking in, conversation, man. All right? Actually learning, brothers. Okay, while you're forbearing, brothers, man. All right? It says, verse 21, it says, "And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Yahweh Shem Yahushua love his brother also," man. Okay? Love, man. And it's more of an action. It's not more of an action. It's definitely an action more than just saying it. Okay? We have to put forth that action in showing love. Okay? Affection, meekness, kindness to one another. All right? What is that precept I had? Take it back here. Yep. Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. I'm going to go to 17. It says, "Since Yahweh Shem Yahushua chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." This is what you must clothe yourself with, man. Especially if you're trying to be a man of the Lord, man. All right? Because the elect going to be doing these things. They're going to portray, act these things. This is going to be something that they apply daily. Okay? That tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, and gentleness and patience. All right? It says, "Make allowance for each other's faults." Okay? "Forgive anyone who offends you. Remember that the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others." You must forgive your brothers, man. Okay. For trespasses and things. Okay. Matthew 18 goes in that. Okay. But that starts with you examining the situation. Always examine it before you just get to just assuming shit. You know? But always, at the end of the day, man, sweep that shit, man. Don't sweep it under the rug. Throw that shit out. Throw that shit throw that dirt out in the soil, man. That shit ain't worth it. That shit just don't need to get swept on the rug. Need to get handled, thrown out, man. All right, and let it be, because we got people who deserve real bloodshed. We do not need to be going at war with brothers, having problems with brothers, issues with brothers, man. Okay, so yes, look trespass, look minor trespass, man. And you should see, if you seeing it and the brother is showing real sincerity of trying to fix it, and the effort of trying to fix it and trying to move forward, man, let that shit go. Let it go either way, even if it just happened. Okay? Because it's things of more importance than look bickering and shit. You know? This is just me speaking, as a man. I said, make allowance for each other's faults, man. Forbearing a brother, man. Burdens, brother going through shit. Brother might not mean to come out. That doesn't happen to me a lot of time. Brothers might just be going through something and I just pray on it and, I let it go. About a couple hours later, the next day or two, boom, brother got them. He coming up and, hey, Salakia, and shit. It's like when you letting it go, you don't even remember it. Oh, shit, I wasn't thinking about this. You see what I'm saying? Because you understand what we going through. All of us are going through out here. And that's also, don't be so offended in every little thing, man. Shit, we men. Men that's going through hell and know the hell that we are in. See, Jake go through shit overall because Jake is all in captivity, but knowing why. That's more vexation to itself, man. Okay? Because you want to get up out of here once you know why. It says, above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony. And that's the thing. We need to be moving like a well-oiled machine, working on getting up out of here. We ain't got time for nothing petty and small things, man. You know, fix on it, work that now, work that out, get that right now. Don't continue to just be doing shit, you know. But we need to be getting better, growing, working better together, man, so we can be in perfect harmony, man, in sync with one another. Okay, it says, and let the peace that comes from Hamashiach rule in your hearts, your minds. For as members of one body, you are called to live in peace and always be thankful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Lord. Yeah, Yahweh Shai, big bro, corrected his brothers. Yeah, he was disciplined. It was order. It was instructions. It was things that do this, do that. But at the end of the day, he loved his brothers, man. And if he didn't love his people, didn't love his brothers, that can't even be something thought about, because you know the Lord's sacrifice. I can't even get to what I'm for the sake, because the Lord showed forth his love through his sacrifice, through his efforts, man. You know? So how much more us, man? All right. It says, let the message about Hamashiach and all this richness fill your lives. Teach and counsel each other with all wisdom he gives, okay? Because brothers all have their lots and have their roles and have their knowledge, okay? What they good at, what they know. And the more brothers grow, the more wisdom they receive within the spirit. So we all can help one another, man, okay, with our talents and what the Lord has given us and blessed us with, okay? So never feel like you can't say nothing, okay, to a brother. It's how you say it, knowing that brother's spirit, okay? But we can help with things. There's certain things that can be said that can actually help bring it forth, man. Don't hide it, okay? It says, sing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs to Yahweh Shem Yahweh with thankful hearts. It says, and whatever you do or say, do it as a representative of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks through him to Yahweh the Father. Okay. That's why we always say, through all of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all through them, man. You know? And a brotherhood is definitely through the Lord, and it's definitely important. So we have to always tread lightly and be mindful of our brothers, you know. And with that, I want to close out and give infinite honor and glory and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing this truth with our faith, righteousness, and sincerity. To you I say shalom.